Coors like has a distinct taste.
Okay.
Like I would know the difference between Core and like Budweiser.
Okay.
And I probably
Matt's
know
a fucking beer taster.
Yeah,
he
exactly,
puts
yeah.
he has a clear cup and he puts the beer in his mouth and he swishes it around
yeah.
and spits it back in the cup and goes, "I'm gonna say that's a natty.
Yeah.
That's a natty light."
I can usually tell the difference between alcohols like different brands, but within the same brand, I can maybe tell the difference between this is a light one or a more heavy one.
Now, as a drinking man, I was a connoisseur of light beer. I loved all sorts of cheap light beer. The cheaper the beer, the better. With one notable exception, I hate Genesee.
What
Genesee,
what
yeah.
the fuck is that?
Genesee suck. You never had Genesee?
Genesee, no.
So it may be a Pavlov's dog situation because the first time I had Hennessy, I was at a frat party because I was too young to drink, and there was a fat guy, shirtless, and he was in charge of giving all the freshmen their beer. And instead of handing us the cans of Genesee, he would open the can with his mouth and then pour like half of it into a red Solo cup. So not only would you only get half a beer, but this fucking dumb frat guy's saliva was all over it.
Frats are fucking gay as shit, dude. I would never hang out with those fucking faggots, dude.
Can you imagine being a woman in that house, by the way?
Yeah, a dumb bitch.
Can you imagine being a dumb
stupid
bitch?
that wanted to have alcohol and surprise, gets raped and suddenly it's like everyone's fucking problem except hers. Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. It's those are the most retarded people I never.
If you go into a house with a bunch of guys drinking Genesee, you are asking for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Victimless crime.
Except for the victim, of course.
What's your favorite
Some
light
idiot?
beer?
My favorite light beer, you know what? I would usually get a Bud Heavy.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's not a light beer.
These are like made. I feel like these are made up. Bud Heavy, Genesee. I've never heard of
Bud
these.
Heavy
fucking
is like the most popular drink in America.
He's a West Coaster.
Yeah,
Bud Heavy
It's
is just
not a
it's just a regular
seltzer.
Budweiser.
that's just Bud, dude.
I know, it's to distinguish from Bud Light.
There's Bud Light and Bud Heavy.
It's like saying cisgendered.
I
You don't
would
want to
nev-
just say Budweiser as if it's the default.
No,
That's
dude.
offensive to light beer.
Fucking East Coasters and you're stupid. Like, oh, it's like no, it's like it's either fuckable or unfuckable. Those are the
right.
two genders. All right,
Yes.
Okay.
and that's why we would say Bud Light or just Bud. We'd never say that's like the equivalent. I guess that's like a grown-up version of pop versus soda. But
Yeah,
I've
okay.
never seen Bud
I've
Heavy.
heard Bud Heavy before, but I usually will say Budweiser or Bud Light.
Pop
but
is such a. I know it's just a regional thing, but when someone says pop, I just want to be like, oh golly gee, can you fucking
Yeah.
tie a yellow ribbon around the oak tree, Wally?
I would drink
Yes.
the Stella Artois. That was my go-to.
Is that a
beer.
light beer or just
Yeah,
your
it's like a
beer?
light
in
beer.
But you
general?
don't
Good-ass
binge
beer.
drink Stella.
Yeah, you can.
I guess
could.
you could binge.
Yeah.
You can binge drink any
I
beer,
always
dude.
felt like the light beer that tasted most like a regular beer was Michelob Ultra.
My
For-
buddies used to make fun of me because I would go to the bar and get like one nice beer.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
second beer would be a Bud Light.
Yeah, you start off
Yeah.
with I guess after I have like either a Stella or a Guinness, then I would switch over to PBR.
Yeah. Oh, PBR is nice.
I love PBR, and I would also drink Tecate. Those are my cheapy drinks.
Oh, for some reason, I always associate. There's like the cheap drinks like Keystone Light, Natty Ice, are the ones that'll come in like 30 racks. But for some reason, of all the cheap beers, Rolling Rock I associate with partying the most.
Okay.
If someone brings out Rolling Rock, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I don't know why, but
I can
that's
see that.
Yeah,
We would drink Absolute vodka when we were ready to party.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yingling, I think, is my favorite beer. Yingling's awesome.
Nice Japanese
Yeah.
brew.
No. That's why we got it at first. We were like, oh, we're going to get this Chinese beer. And it's like the oldest American beer, and it's really good.
That's what the Viet Cong call black people.
When I was a drinking man, I never needed another activity.
Yeah.
You know, like my friends would be like, "Oh, trivia night." I'm like, "Well, I'm going to be blackout by 8:30, so I won't be too much of a help as far as
Nice.
answering
Yeah.
questions go."
Well, that was like in college, it was more, the way I drank was more like the way you seem to describe your drinking, which we just like drink to party and get drunk, cheap beers, whatever it is. And certain people I would be around who had a taste for things would be like, all right, I'll try this thing that you say is really good, but I didn't care. When I graduated, actually for like a year after I was looking for writing jobs and just trying to find comedy writing jobs. And for like a year, I was writing a craft beer blog because there was a craft beer website looking for comedy writers to do a
Okay.
blog. And the whole premise of it was not in college anymore. I'll be drinking less beer now, so let me try and drink good beer. And it was like me trying like craft beers as someone who doesn't have any like taste for it. Like, I'm not a beer snob, but like, let me try these different craft beers and review them from a layman's perspective. and some of them are okay, but I don't think I'm not like I don't. There's no IPAs I like more than Yingling or Miller.
Yeah, I think some of that is people pretending to. You know,
Maybe, but with whiskeys, I can take. I think people may just have a taste for it that I don't have. What's your favorite non-American beer? We were saying, I think most of my favorite beers are probably the American ones, but I got a few I could think of.
what's the
International.
Canadian one?
Molson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like Molson.
I like Tsingtao. I like
Tsing Sao, that's the Chinese one, right?
Japanese.
Japanese is Sapporo, right?
Sapporo's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's I'm trying to. There was a couple of.
I mean,
German-
I feel like
I like a lot of the German one. I like Hefeweizen.
Ooh, that's
Hefeweizen's a very. In fact, most
Yeah.
German beers are really good.
I don't like German ones as much.
Really?
I mean, they're like I'll have a Beck's, but if I'm going, I mean, I don't. Guinness and Heineken to me are like the top internet and the top like European ones.
Guinness is good, but Guinness
we're
isn't even like a. Guinness is like
It's a
almost
stout.
yeah, it's like almost like a. That really is like how you think of what I would think of like a dinner beer, where it's almost like a soup. And
Yeah.
you just eat it with like a heavy meal. I can't. See
Guinness is like a soup.
Yeah,
I
well,
can
like,
see what you're saying. It's
yeah,
heavy.
it's-
Yeah.
I don't see myself.
You're
like
not
having,
drinking a bunch of them.
You want to bring Guinness to a park and like sit back.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
like more of like I could see myself going to a bar, and if I'm
And
having
getting
one
Guinness.
drink,
Yeah.
I'll get one Guinness
Yeah.
and maybe even have it in the middle of the day, and then have a nice little buzz. But I'm
But
not
that's
like hammered.
part of. I mean, for me, part of drinking is just going out and getting one drink.
No,
That's not the only like.
1 dozen drinks.
Yeah. Heineken you can do a lot of.
Heineken is a nice beer.
Yeah.
And
Should
I
we get
used to
some-
drink Heineken with my dad.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Was that fun?
He still drinks Heineken.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, how does
I
that
think
feel?
So jealous of my functional alcoholic parents that gave
Yeah.
birth to a non-functional alcoholic.
I like.
I mean, do you think like maybe you just gave up on drinking before you like learned how to control it?
No.
What really?
I'm a straight up dead or in jail guy.
Are you sure?
Hey,
Yeah.
I hate to be so serious, guys. But
Wow.
yeah, I
Are you
think
sure?
so. Yeah, I'm
You should go
positive.
to AA.
Nah, I've already talked about how gay AA is.
It is.
No.
more like gay.
Hey, and we're back.
Hey.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, AA sucks, but if you have to go, I respect it.
I also of the Mexican beers, I think Dos Equis is my favorite.
Dos
The beer's so
Equis.
nice they named it twice.
Dos Equis. Pacifico's underrated.
Mhm.
Everyone goes Corona. I think I was talking with a friend of mine about this. Corona is good. Yeah, a friend of mine told me specifically they've done taste tests after a beer has been out of the fridge for like hours, and Corona's the best there. It's designed to be drank on the beach
Ooh.
after it's been out. Like I've had Coronas
Yeah.
out. Warm Corona still tastes okay.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, other ones will get real bad when they're warm.
Corona, I will say, is also a great song by a band called the Minutemen.
That was that Jackass theme song.
The Jackass theme song. Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I think Modelo's a bit overrated. Just in that Modelo's are everywhere.
And
like
nowhere.
Dos Equis and Pacifico, I think, are better Mexican beers. And should be as, like, I like Modelo, but it's got more distribution than I think it deserves.
What is Modelo Spanish for? And I should know this is
The
Model.
Del. The
What?
Dello.
The Delo.
What is model? What's the English
Model.
word model? Oh, model?
Maybe. I would assume.
Ah, is it Spanish for model?
Yeah.
I would think.
Like model train or model skinny girl?
The modern major general.
Bobby, it's 2023.
Okay.
Not all models are skinny women.
They aren't.
Yeah, now there's some uggos. Locker Room Talk. Check it out wherever podcasts are sold.
Dude, so many people got pissed at me this week.
Why?
I posted my top 10 cartoon themes, kids cartoon theme songs.
Okay.
And I did not realize how many people love Doug.
Doug.
Well, 'cause I
like
did-
Doug. He wears the same thing every day, and
Yes.
there's a girl that he's too scared to talk to.
I would have
Mayonnaise.
talked to Patty Mayonnaise. I'd be like, Patty Mayonnaise, your father's in a wheelchair, so he couldn't stop me even if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Now
Joe
we
was
can-
actually kicked out of the writers' room for Doug.
we can do this the fun way, Patty. We can spread that mayonnaise the difficult way.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
did.
And then Skeeter's like, "What are you doing, Doug? Get off her, Doug!"
I do like Doug a lot, the show.
I hated Doug.
I thought the theme song was kind of dull, but I think it gets the job done. I think it's kind of is like fun for it. But just for fun, I was like, I did my top 10, and I was like, we may
All right.
disagree on these, but we can all agree that these are all better than Doug. And dude, I got so many DMs.
All right, so what are some of your theme songs? I'll tell you which ones are bangers.
number 10 was Dexter's Lab.
Okay, so I forgot you're like a '90s kid. Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Or hold on, let me get my phone.
yeah, we gotta make sure.
We
this
don't
is
want any
accurate.
misinformation on the podcast.
What's the time at, Matt?
Hour 2.
Beautiful.
Ooh. An hour or two.
Hour and 2 minutes.
Oh,
we got
I see.
So we can wrap up with this. So yeah, I did. Dexter's Lab was number 9. My honorable mentions, because I posted on my Instagram story too. So there were some that weren't available to play as the song in the story. So I didn't put them in the top 10. But I did want to give a shout out. Cat Dog, I think's a banger. And Static Shock was stuck in Evo Static Shock.
Gotta get up. I gotta go. Huh?
That was stuck in my head for like years. And Samurai Jack, honorable mention.
Yikes! You were a lot of Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Mm.
So here's my top 10. Some of these are just ones that stood out to me, and some of these I think are just general iconic. Dexter's Lab, number 10. Number 9, Pink Panther, classic. Number 8, Fairly Odd Parents. Number 7, Animaniacs. Number 6, Flintstones. Number 5, Rocket Power. Number 4, Pokemon. Number 3, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Number 2, Pinky and the Brain, and 1, SpongeBob.
Very happy with the Pinky and the Brain placement.
Yes.
That's very.
I will
good.
say-
it was a little edgy. I felt
Yeah.
like as a kid, I was like, I'm being a little edgy right now. It
Yeah.
wasn't quite Ren and Stimpy edge, but it was there.
I think if I were to make it again, I might, because in the comments people brought up the original Amazing Spider-Man. I think that one should be in there.
That one's a good one. I would say another good one is The Tick.
The
theme
Tick,
song.
a couple people mentioned that, yeah.
That was a great one. What's another good one?
Some of the other ones people
The
mentioned.
original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes,
theme
people
song.
mentioned that.
well,
That's,
because it has
yeah.
Japanese representation.
Well,
Right.
not only that, but it's just like a fucking. It's like
Yeah.
when they go, Michelangelo is a party, dude, and then he goes party. I love
Yeah,
that shit.
that's
and like,
one
just like, give me a
that-
break.
Could have been in there or would have just missed from me. Maybe should have been honorable mention. A lot of people were mentioning DuckTales.
DuckTales, woo, dude.
I
Darkwing
think
Duck.
I think the theme is okay.
Oh, get out of here, bitch! You're just you're too young to fucking understand.
I
'Cause,
listened
like, when
to
that
the
one
DuckTales
came
thing.
out in the
Maybe
fucking
maybe
80s,
if I was old enough and it was my show,
Dude,
then that could have
before
helped, yeah.
DuckTales, like animation, kids animation,
Yeah.
was like literally like Scooby Doo, Hanna-Barbera shit, where it was like they're running through a hall and it's the same like background animation, like in
Yeah.
a loop. DuckTales brought like Disney level animation to
Yeah.
the small screen, and that's why it's so crazy.
Oh, I'm not talking about it as a cartoon. I'm just talking about the theme.
But everyone listened to it because
because I think Tom and Jerry is my favorite cartoon, but I don't even know what the theme is. It's just like
it was
the-
just like instrumental shit.
Exactly,
It was
yeah.
like same thing with like Looney Tunes. Like it was all
Looney
just, like, an
Tunes.
orchestra.
Yeah, that is like the cartoon intro.
The
but
Rugrats theme song, because you could play it on the piano.
yeah,
It's a
Everyone
xylophone.
fucking played that.
I did a comment. My criteria for it was a combination of ones that are like iconic, stand out, really make me smile, and also if I was making a playlist, ones that I could listen to.
What
I
about
would-
Batman Beyond?
That one's all right.
That one's a
That's a good
banger.
one. There was a couple. Someone mentioned that My Life as a Teenage Robot. Great theme song, not a great show. Tiny Toon Adventures is one I forgot about, but that's a really fun
That's
intro.
a banger.
I
Yeah.
remember being, as a child, like a little annoyed by the Animaniacs the whole time.
Why?
Not necessarily the theme, but just
Hello.
Oh, I'll
nurse.
tell you why. Because the Warner Bros. Were always disobeying the rules. They were going out and they were like, "Now stay in this water tower," and then they leave the water tower. And Bobby's
Yeah.
like, fucking mom!" He gets his mom to fucking change the channel, dude.
They also Animaniacs did some like adult jokes in there. There's the famous
yeah.
the fingerprints one. You ever see it where Dot is? They're like detectives. Like, we got to dust for fingerprints, and Dot comes with Prince the singer, and like, no, I said fingerprints, and she looks at him and she goes, I don't think so.
that's a good bit.
Good bit.
Yeah, and she got bukkakied
That was the next scene.
shortly
Yeah.
thereafter. Yeah, because all the guys were like, "We're gonna come. Where should we go?" And the director said, "Right on the dot."
That joke was wacko.
Yikes. Good night, everybody. Remember when like that
Yes.
they would do that?
Yeah.
That show ruled. Did you ever
Yeah.
watch Animaniacs?
Yeah,
No, you
There
didn't.
was a song. No, this conversation started because I said I was always annoyed by it as a child.
You know to not watch it.
Yeah, but I have watched it. I remember there was a song that I about the world. There was a song
Yeah.
about the countries. That one of the little
Yeah.
mice, cats. What were they?
They're
They were a
Animaniacs.
Warner.
They're Animaniacs.
But it's not an animal. Who's Dot? What is Dot?
They're zany to the max.
Oh, I guess that's true. I don't know, but they did the song about the countries,
I
Yeah.
don't know.
and you would think
They did the states and their capitals, and then
Yes.
they did the all of the continent or the all the countries and like their capitals.
I just remember watching it as a little child and being annoyed for whatever reason.
I
I
was-
think it's because
yeah.
I correctly knew that it was poor writing.
Yeah. And there's other theme songs that like make me smile because I love the show. Like Hey Arnold's a fun theme song, but it's not going to be like your top 10.
Uh-huh.
And Cow and Chicken's a fun one just because that's the wildest one to me. Mama had a chicken, Mama had a cow.
Freakazoid,
Dad was
yeah.
proud. He didn't care how. I'm like, I think he should care how.
Get a paternity test, Dad.
Yeah. Freakazoid, a couple
Freakazoid's
people
fucking-
commented.
Freakazoid's a banger.
Yeah.
Super teen extraordinaire. Freakazoid.
Freakazoid.
Runs around in underwear.
Freakazoid. Yeah, a lot of people. It's very funny to me. I just do these rankings every couple months or every couple of weeks, and
Completely
some people
arbitrary.
get so mad at them. But sometimes I'll fuck around. I'll be like, "This is the list. There is no other list. These are the top 10 sodas or whatever," and people get so mad. I'll do top 10 beers maybe in a couple weeks.
Top 10 beers. Number 3 might surprise you.
What?
You should
Just
have
a
a little
clickbait.
Yeah, little
Oh,
clickbait
a
titles
little
like
clickbait.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I should
bitch.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine after all of the fucking finessing that we've tried to do to make it in comedy, and Matt finally makes it as a comedy writer on BuzzFeed.
Yeah.